What's going on, Joe fans? Mr. 1013 here with another review. This time we're going to do a double review because why not? This is Tomax and Xamot from the G.I.Joe Classified series. We got figure number 44 and 45. Could have easily been a two-pack. I don't know why it wasn't a two-pack or why they didn't come as a two-pack. They came individual. But we do have the twins finally in the Cobra, again, I keep saying Cobra, G.I. Joe Classified series line. Highly, I don't want to say highly anticipated, but anticipated. I'm glad we got them out early, and they seem to be pushing out more popular figures out to the fans. So I, congratulate and salute Hasbro and G.I. Joe for putting out these figures and getting them out here early. So we're going to get into the box art real quick before we get into the review of the twins. So artwork is pretty simple. Not pretty simple, but pretty similar, of course. I mean, they're twins. So on Tomax, I'm sorry, you have him kind of snarled off, looking over to the right, your left. And then Xamot over here, you see him with the small scar. That's how you differentiate the twins if you didn't know. On the sides here, you can have the twins. If you plug the boxes together, you can have them looking at each other. But a little Easter egg wise, if you flip it this way, you have them back to back, and you got the Cobra insignia right there. So again, this could have been a dope two-pack, but if you want to have them displayed like this, you could as well. But I thought that was a very nice detail that they added right there. Looking to the back, again, this is all the figures. This is pre-eco-friendly packaging, so they still had the mirror, the window frames, as you can see, and they got the artwork of all the characters that had been released. But as they get more, it's going to get more cluttered. So I guess that's why it's like, you know what, we can't fit any more characters on here. There it is. Go to the side here, and you have the identical icons, which again, why would they be different? Hey, who knows? But we have the identical icons, 44 and 45 down there, G.I. Joe, Xamot, Tomax, and there we have it. Let me switch them back there. There we go. So there's the box art for it, right? So let's get into the figures. These figures came with the exact same accessories, so I'm going to go over one set of accessories because again, they come with this exact same thing. So here's the figures. Of course, only differences is the Cobra insignia on the opposite sides. The head sculpts are different, very slightly. Again, you have Xamot with the scar going down the side of his face right here. Very clean. His Tomax has his eyebrows raised a little bit more on this side, as you can see. Has more of like a smirk on his face. Xamot has more of still has a smirk, but it's not as defining as Tomax's. So very slight differences. Hair swoop, it looks like the same hairpiece, just flipped, but everything is pretty much as far as head sculpts, those are the small differences between the two. We're going to get into articulation. Again, I'm probably go over one in articulation because of course they're the same figure. Everything is opposite, so you have the knife slots on each side, on opposite sides, mirror images, right? So there we have it. Let's get into articulation. I'm gonna look at paint apps on both of them though as well, because I do see a little bit of blue bleeding onto the skin tone right here on Xamot. So we do have a little bit right there. Other than that, I think paint apps are pretty clean. This is kind of just looking at details. This buckle is it could have been more defining here. It's kind of cheaply, I won't say cheaply detailed. It's kind of like flat. It has a little bit of emboss on there. It looks good on light, but once you get it in hand, you can see exactly how flat it is. You can see it here, how flat this is, going around the sides. Some slight detail there. You can't even really feel the print here. I think they could have did a little bit better with the details as far as that goes. If this was like some brushed metal, and these are my small details I wish they would have done. This is just a solid piece of silver plastic. If this would have had like some brushed metal on there, or that little brush paint job that they usually do on some of the metal, I think that would have gave it a little bit more character. Down to the knee pads and like the thigh pads up here. Could have been done a little bit better. I mean, the snake on there. And then I guess what we'd be talking about a more premium figure then if we did have those details. If maybe a San Diego Comic-Con or a convention special, we might have got those extra details. It looks like some of this red, though, it is bleed. It bled down here. And this is the this is the Xamot figure that I'm looking at. So it looks like some of the red from the knee pad is bleeding down into the silver of the boot. So be on the lookout for that as well. It doesn't look as bad on this side, but it does have some. If you can see that right there, you do have some red coming down the sides of the calves. Down to the boots, got a little bit of red paint on the silver. Other than that, I think everything else is clean. So it looks like from between the two figures, it looks like the Xamot figure has a little bit of paint issues. But we'll look at Tomax as well. Articulation wise, head does a full 360 regardless of the metal, the sash here. Head goes up and down. Has some slight neck articulation. Arms go out. Does have the his arm joint right here. Let me see. Bicep twist right there. Double jointed elbow. He doesn't have any, or does he does. He does have like the mid forearm twist, and he has a twist at the wrist, and he has a hinge at the wrist as well. He has ab crunch, as you can hear it click. He does have waist articulation. Legs go out. Thigh twist. Double jointed knee. He also has the boot swivel and the rocker ankles with the pivot on there. So it has all the good articulation. Let's jump into Tomax and let's look at his paint apps real quick, because I believe this is the cleaner of the two. As you can see, there is no blue bleeding into the skin tone right here. Let's take a look at the boots. These are not a problem area on Tomax at all. Clean paint apps down here. Clean paint apps on here. Looking at the boots, all clean paint apps. Yeah, this is the cleaner figure of the two, at least in my two figures that I received. So the quality control is a tad bit better on Tomax. And let's get a look at their accessories. Again, they both come with the same accessories. So you get two submachine guns, put one down. The silencer does come out here, and the clip does come out as well, and that's for both submachine guns for both figures. And they also have their blades, and they come with two sets of those. So you have the two, you should have four, and that is pretty much it for the figures. Again, this could have been a 2-pack. They decided to ship them separately. Don't know why, but I got both of them. Definitely the classics. We love to see them get transferred into the 6-inch line. They're doing a very good job with giving the fans the real American hero figures in pretty fast fashion as well. Again, if they're looking to continue, I lost track. You know what? Before I get into that, I forgot to so we can put the knives in the holsters as well, because I meant to do that. Sorry about that. So those fit in there perfect. And this one goes right there on the side. So the knives fit in there perfect. They do not fall out or anything. So those are good to go. So I just want to get that in before I got my closing statements on the figures. Again, we're getting some solid figures. I wish it was a little bit more detail on them. Will we get the suited Tomax and Xamot? Probably. And I think they'll probably make those the 2-pack as well. Like, he has a problem standing up. We're just gonna lean him up against the box a little bit. Hopefully he doesn't fall. So cool. So there you have it, though, guys. Figures number 44 and 45 out the G.I.Joe Classified Series, Tomax, Xamot. I appreciate you guys stopping through and like, sharing, subscribing. Until the next time, I'll catch you on the next review. Oh, and before that, I give them a 10. There are, oh no, I got to give Tomax a 10. Can't get them wrong. Great. Besides my personal details of what I want, I'm not counting that, but I got to give this one a 9 just because of the paint apps. Just a little bit of, we got to get that little cleaned up. You know what I mean? So other than that, Mr. 1013 out, and I'll catch you on the next review. Peace.